Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. In today's extremely simple video, we're going to be talking about modals, right? And what are modals? Modals are basically, let me share my screen, show my entire screen and go here. Modals are basically are pop-ups that appear in a user's Discord client. And similarly to messages, modals can contain up to 5 action rows. For example, for messages, you can add buttons, you can add in like text lists, stuff like that. But as of now, only the modals can only take in text input, right? So these are text input. For example, this is a text input this is a text input style of short, and this is a text input style of paragraph. So let us go to our IDE, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new command, or commands.slash. The name is gonna be modal, like modal, right? Such a weird thing to say, modal. Like I had to like search it up and like how do you say it? Like simple modal pop up, right? Make sure to add a comma. All right. And now we're going to create a new file. We're going to call this modal command.java. We're going to do extends listener adapter. Once again, it didn't work because my IDE sucks. And then we're going to override, and we're going to do public void on slash command interaction slash command interaction event, right? So we're going to do if event.getName.equals to our modal command, which was modal, it's called modal. So first thing we need to do is create text inputs, right? Because a modal can only take in text inputs, and it's a pop-up, right? So you're creating the pop-up by just adding different components and different action rows, right? So we're gonna go here. We're gonna create a new text input. I'm gonna call this for example, a subject, right? And then it's gonna equal to a text input dot create, and the ID I'm gonna call this, for example, modal subject. The label is what's gonna show up. So let me show an example real quick. Let me open this. So this is the label right here. This subject and body are the label. So now if I go back to my IDE, so so the label is gonna be called just subject, right? Or maybe I should probably capitalize it, just to make it look better. The style, now we have two types of styles. We have text and style. So we have a paragraph and a short, right? So in my case, because this is just a subject, I'm just gonna put it as short. And then you're gonna add, and then now we can add multiple. So what we could do is we could for example, set the max length, set the min length, set the placeholder, and set required or not. So let's just do that real quick. So I'm gonna do, for example, I'm gonna set the minimum length. Actually no, because this is a subject, I mean sure, why not? Let's do like, for example, it's gonna take an integer. In my case, I'm just gonna do like 5, right? And then we're gonna do dot set max length is gonna be like 100. Or what you could do instead of doing this is just gonna do let's delete this dot set required range, right? Instead of having we do like 10 to 100, right? 5 to 100. That's what I did previously. So 5 to 100. Right? And then you could do dot set min length. I already did this. What am I doing? So we could do. Oh yeah, we can set a placeholder. So the placeholder is just what will, before like the user has input anything. The placeholder is you pay the placeholder. But in my case, I'm gonna be like subject of this model, right? And then I'm gonna build it. So dot build, right? Awesome. Now I'm gonna create another one, and I'm gonna call this the body. So text input. I'm gonna call this the body equals text input dot create. Right, create. The ID is going to be called modal body. The label is going to be body, right? Simple body, and then the text is going to be called. This is a paragraph. So this is going to take in a much. It's going to take in a much. It's going to be longer, right? It's going to be bigger. It's going to like. Yeah. So and then we're going to set the required range. And because, sorry, required range, and because this is the body, we want it to be a lot, instead of like the minimum being 5, I'm gonna do like at least like, I don't know, like 50, and then the maximum like 1,500, So, and then what I'm gonna set a placeholder. I'm gonna be like so just do body of this modal, right? And then I'm gonna build it, right? Dot build. Awesome. Okay. Let me just re-explain it real quick. We've created a new / command interaction, and then and we basically created a new command. If the / command interaction equals the modal command, we're gonna create two text inputs, a subject and a body, right? The subject is a style of short, and the body is a style of paragraph. So if I load up my I load up the sample image, this example. This is the what do you call it? What should we call it? This is the short, so it's like looks like this, and this is the paragraph, a much bigger one. So yeah, and then let me just go back to my IDE. So, and then to actually create the modal, I keep saying modal, modal. We're gonna do modal. For example, I'm gonna call this modal. Make sure I added modal equals modal.create. And this is going to be the ID. In my case, I'm just going to do like just simple modal. And the title is going to be, for example, modal. So I'll show an example in a second. And then we're going to add in the components. I'm going to add components. And the components are going to be action row dot of, and it's going to be subject. And then once again, action row dot of, and this time it's gonna be our body, right? And then we're gonna do dot build. Awesome. Now, I said I was gonna show an example. Now, if I load up the example again, this is what that's the thing we created. Sorry. If I go to my IDE, right? As you can see, the title was modal, so instead of this being mod mail, it's gonna be called modal, right? So yeah, and then actually to send the modal, we're gonna do just like with embeds, we do event.reply. Instead of event.reply embed or reply files, we have a reply modal, which takes in a modal, so modal, and then why did I get modal, right? And then .q because we're interacting with Discord. So, yeah, that should be it. And now if you go back to our first, we have to go to our app.java. We have to add in a new event listener. So here I'm going to do new modal command, right? And then make sure I add a comma. And now if you go to a Discord, all right, awesome. Now if we go back to our Discord, we do a simple modal command. The modal command we created. We should be getting a nice little pop-up. All right, I don't think my OBS is recording that yet. Let me move this up here. Yep, okay, as you can see, we have our modal command. So now we can change this however we want, however, so now that we've created our modal, we need to actually like get the information, right? Whenever it is submitted, we want to get the subject, the body, or whatever. So we're gonna go back to our IDE, right? We're gonna go back to our IDE. I'm gonna cancel the bot, right? I'm gonna close the terminal. We're gonna create. We're gonna do like modal interaction listener.java, right? So once again, we're gonna do extends a listener adapter. That didn't work. Listener adapter. There you go, it worked. We're gonna do add override. That is not add override, right? And then let me look at the documentation real quick. Yeah, it's on modal interaction. So we're gonna do public void on modal interaction. We're gonna do modal interaction event. There you go, event. So that is not how you spell event either. I'm just really stupid right now. So now we're gonna see if the interaction, if get modal ID dot equals our modal ID, which was simple modal, right? The modal we created, right? If it equals to that, we're gonna create a couple strings. So string subject, we're gonna get our subject. So we're gonna do event dot get value, and then the string of our text input. So in my case, we have modal subject, right? And then I get a string, of course. And then you have string body equals event.getValue, and then our body ID, right? And then dot get as string. And then we could do, for example, let's just print it out. So I'm gonna do subject, right? Subject equals to subject, and then system.out.print line. The body equals to body, right? All right, now let's load up our Discord bot. All right, so once again, I am extremely stupid. We forgot to add our event listener. Oh my god, so now we're gonna go here. We're gonna do new event. So what am I doing? New modal interaction listener. There you go. There you go. Now we're gonna start our bot. All right, awesome. And now if we go to our Discord and then we yeah, so we go to our Discord and then we type in /modal, right? Waiting for the pop-up, waiting for the pop-up, waiting for the pop-up, waiting for the, there you go. And let me move this up here. And then if we go, we're gonna type in, for example, PP, actually no, that's inappropriate. Let's do Goopy's duties, right? And I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do a bunch of random stuff. The requirement is a lot, there you go. And then if I submit, all right, let's go. And now if we go to our, I'm just really slow, sorry. Now if we go to our, we can see, there you go, we have our subject, and then we have our body. As you can see, I've probably, I'm just really bad at formatting, and I'll just do that, there you go. And there you go. So you could do this with a ticket command, just do whatever, right? You know, you could, for example, you could create a mod mail command in which every time they submit, they use this command and they submit it, boom, a new mod mail command, a new ticket command, a new ticket channel is created. For example, like you have so many possibilities, and you know, from now, maybe like in a bit, I'm gonna actually start like doing videos about how to create like certain commands, like abandon command, kick command, timeout command. But once again, I'd really recommend you guys do that by yourself and implement your own, let's say your own things into it, right? You implement whatever you want, like create your, like, I'm just helping you get the foundation, and then you guys, or just do whatever what you want, right? I'm gonna start doing those as well. So if you're interested, I'd really like highly appreciate a subscribe or a like. But that really isn't necessary. I'm just glad if you've watched to this point. That in itself, it means a lot to me. So once again, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Goodbye.